that hurt, you know? And I think that flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
Suffering is the only way to the top. Pain is the only way to change. Obstacles are the only way to success.
You need to love pain. However, mentally, physically, love it. You need to love it. If not, stay where you are.
And I just said, just shut up and let me enjoy this pain.
You will face pain on this way. Suffering, frustration, humiliation.
If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it.
Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain.
Then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to, oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try.
Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a talker?
You're in pain? Good. That means you're still alive. That means you're still in the fight. You want greatness without pain? That don't exist. If you ain't hurting, you ain't growing. Everybody want to win. Nobody want to suffer, but suffering is the tuition.
And I fell back a lot. I fell back in this fucking hole of life. The second you think that you've overcome it, you climbed Everest, you're on that last hold, and life will say, not today, motherfucker.
You gotta pay in blood, sweat, and silence. The real ones don't cry about the process. They become animals through it. You think pain is punishment? Nah, pain is the teacher. Pain shows you where to go, who to cut off, what to fix. The pain don't leave until it teaches you. So stop running from it. Feel it, learn from it. Let it sharpen you like a fucking blade. And when it's all over, you won't be the same. You'll be better, stronger, unbreakable.
I've never met someone who's self-made that comes from a cush situation. The reason that they are fucking doing what they do is because they've had to crawl out of fucking darkness in some way, shape, or form. It might not be the same as yours, but there's something there that they had to fucking crawl the fuck out of. They hated it so fucking much that they were willing to do anything to get as far away from it as possible.
You need to see bad things as a blessing, because they're the building blocks to make you the man you want to be. When people say to me, this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. That's my instant response.
We can't sit here and look at people who have these cush upbringings and all these advantages and all this shit and say, oh, well, they got lucky. No, motherfucker, you got lucky. Because those motherfuckers never had to learn how to fight. They never had to learn how to crawl through the shit. They never had to learn how to fucking take blows and get the fuck back up. You did, and that's an advantage. You got lucky. They didn't get fucking lucky.
This girl left me. Good. I lost all my money. What do you mean good? Good. This is your chance to take all of that negative emotion, all of those building blocks, and turn yourself into a man that prevents these bad things happening to them ever again.
One of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say, good.
We're all, a lot of us are going through a hard time in life. Some people have been bullied. Some people are just stressed out. Some people are insecure. Some people are fat and overweight. And the world puts a lot of this shit in your mind.
When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated.
I had to develop a mindset that was indestructible. I had to armor plate my mind. And it's about what you're saying to yourself, but it also comes with work. So whenever I was getting beat down, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever I was going through, just saying, I would put, you can't hurt me. Can't hurt me just became a message. I would say to myself,
Get profit from the pain. Not those with most talent. Not those with the best connections. Not those who want it bad. Not those who work the hardest will succeed. But those who can take the pain. Those who are used to the pain. Pain to profit, honor will come.
The only way you're going to have anything in this life is to wake up and to suffer the brutal realities of endless effort and to win by force. And that is the answer to 99% of your questions. That's the answer to how you get the girls you want. That's the answers to how you get rich. It's It's the answer to how you get in shape. It's the answer to how you become motivated. I can be motivated to do anything because I force myself.
I even miss the pain. That's why I even try and tell people that just embrace the struggle, though, because one day it's going to be done. I look back on them times and actually somehow miss them still. But yeah, I miss everything.
Imagine if you could use pain as a fuel. Imagine if you could use the pain as a passport. Imagine if you could use the pain to push you, to condition you, to prepare you for the stages and the rooms you gotta walk into and the tables you gotta sit at and the stages you have to stand on. What if the pain can make you better? What if the pain can build muscle? What if the pain can cause you to reach higher, to leap farther, to run faster? What if the pain could help you? What if all pain isn't hurt, but it's help?
The greater the pain, the greater the power. If you're gonna have the power, you gotta be prepared to deal with the pain. The pain is a part of the power.
Tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create tough times. Many will not understand, but you have to raise warriors.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
The price of progress is pain. The price of progress is pain. Most people do not want to experience pain. They like comfort. Living in a state of anxiety or in a state of suffering comes from attachment. Right? So when you're attached to things, attached to people, attached to identities, attached to philosophies, attached to all these things, then you end up being in a situation where you experience pain. But you don't have to experience suffering if you live in a state of what? No expectation. Or you're just living life, taking it day by day, step by step, and enjoying yourself. So if you want progress, you must be willing to, in the process, experience pain.
Whatever you're going through right now, it's happening on purpose in order to forge you into the person that you were created to be, ultimately. But if you quit, you will never get to be the person that you were created to be.
But the thing is, obstacles are going to come regardless. So what are your options? Are you going to give yourself the options of being knocked down and staying down? Or are you going to be like, okay, what is this insight? The obstacle just hit me, I'm down or I'm unhappy. It's insight, and now what's the problem? Solution, what's the steps to overcome it? And if your mindset is not conditioned to like overcome obstacles or understand that you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get hit, and then what comes after mourning or venting is problem solving.